Hello, my name is Ronnie Bowling. My family and I would like to welcome you to the Old Home Place Farm at Oneida, Kentucky. This is my wife Gloria, my daughter Veronica and her husband Tyler, my son Will and his wife Maggie. We hope you enjoy your tour today. Kind of the default thing in our area for a lot of farmers, and especially a lot of smaller farmers such as us, we only have 60 acres of pasture, 60 acres of open land, was to do a cow-calf operation. So that's where we began, commodity cow-calf production, producing beef cattle calves. After a few years though, we saw that that wasn't working out too good, either from a financial standpoint or really from a land resource standpoint either. So we started looking for a way that we might be able to, instead of fighting that, which is what we tried to do for the first several years, instead of fighting that resource issue, that challenge, we started looking at ways that we might be able to embrace it. So our initial step was to bring goats onto the farm, to diversify into goats, and that did provide another income stream. But it also, goats were great for our operation. They were eating the multiflora rose, they were eating ironweed, they were eating some of the things that the cattle wouldn't eat. And it really did just revolutionize how we thought about farming in general. One of the first things we did was to install fencing to keep our cattle from accessing the river. We wanted to, at least for our part, do what we could to make our neighbors downstream, make their water safer and cleaner to drink for them.
All of our family has been really involved in a wider agriculture community, from being involved with the Clay County Conservation District Board, the Clay County Ag Development Board, and the Clay County Ag Advisory Council and Community Farm Alliance.
So all these things play a very important role in our operation. It is a little bit more management intensive, but we think it's a lot more fun. So it's at the end of the day, it comes to a quality of life issue. We're sustaining the resource, we're sustaining our farm, but it's also a lot more enjoyable for us as farmers.
My name is Charlie Williams, and I want to welcome you to West Wind Farm. West Wind Farm is 15 miles from the geographic center of Kentucky, and it is about 1,268 acres now. When I first started working here in 1961, it was 3 tracts of 300 acres, and it was all about burley tobacco and Aberdeen Angus cattle. With the tobacco buyout in 2004, we were left with going back to the woods. And so in April 2004, I hired a logger to come to the farm and bottom grade the woodlands here. For 200 years, these woodlands that you see behind you were top graded by what Leopold called the loggers who get out and get gone.
Hi, I'm Leah McSwords. I'm the director of the Kentucky Division of Forestry. I'm also a member of the Kentucky State Tree Farm Committee. I've known Charlie Williams since 2001, but I heard about Charlie as soon as I came to the Division of Forestry. He's always been held up as a shining example of a tree farmer, a good forest steward, and a great conservationist.
Leopold introduced many people to the idea of idle spots. An idle spot is one where you keep cow, plow, and mower from it in order to find out what interesting stowaways may be in the soil awaiting your discovery. This is lady fern, and it has been here since we discovered it. in approaching a biotic enterprise, you must always let ecology trump economics, because that is the only way that you can reach a place where you revere the stability, the integrity, and the beauty of the land.
Welcome to Spring Hill Farms. I'm Jerry, this is Valerie, my wife. We've been farming for 56 years on our farm here in Spring Hill. We started no-tilling back in the early 70s, and to me there's just no comparison in the way the soil stays intact, and by no-tilling we keep the foliage on the ground, the mulch on the ground. It helps hold the water, it lets it filter in, and the nutrients, holds the nutrients in the soil available for the next year. We think that no-tilling with the cover crops is the only way to stay in business.
Over those period of years, probably for the last 30 years, I've had the opportunity to know Jerry Peery and his operation here in Hickman County. Very few people I know live, breathe, eat, and sleep farming 24 hours a day as much as Jerry does. Throughout this entire part of the world, we're going to have to become even better stewards of the soil than we are today, and I think every producer in the country can look to people like Jerry Peery and say, here's the kind of operation I would like to run, and here's what I subscribe to in the future.
Where we're at this moment is in one of the older waterways that we've had on the farm. This particular spot was just a large gully when we moved on the farm here, and we cleared this off, just undergrowth, and filled it in, fixed the waterway, seeded it down, and got it healed over, and this waterway has been built since in the mid-70s. Our object is to keep the water as clear as it can when it leaves the farm.
Jerry and I moved to the farm in '62, and we started with 7 acres. And gradually he bought ground all around here and built it up like it has now. And he's had a love for the farm and a love for the land. We're thankful for everything that we've been able to acquire. We've worked hard, and God has been good.